La 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 la. Good morning, kids. We are on the Willamette Pass, Highway 58. And you know me, you gotta clean these lenses all the time. Because I do care about my appearances over here. Speaking of appearances, you will see, before I set up my cameras here, new company uniforms. Look at that. I even got my name on it. These shirts were from Red Cap. I only got 3 of them. They're quite expensive. But I like them. It fits pretty good. But today, I am going to ramble at you because I haven't rambled in quite a while. Life has been a little crazy, and this one's not charged enough. So this will be a backup. Like I was saying, life has been a little crazy. A lot of changes in the last couple weeks. Pretty much all for the good. But yeah, I've been doing okay. Even though the world around me is kind of crumbling and stuff, been doing okay. And sometimes that's all you can ask for in life, right? Just to be okay. I hope you kids are doing okay. I do apologize for the lack of content on my channel. I do kind of want to keep things regular with you guys. And, you know, my channel is kind of my therapy, and I enjoy making you guys' videos and stuff. But today, I'm going to do something special for you. This is going to be a very long video. I'm at the top of Willamette Pass. I have 62 miles to get to the I-5. The leaves are changing. The weather's kind of nice. My windshield's sort of clean. You guys are going to ride with me. And I hope it's enjoyable. So, I don't think I'm going to add music or anything like that. You know, I do make my own music, and show you my little setup here. This is going to be the GoPro facing through the windshield, and I use GoPro stuff for everything. The suction cup, you know, it's quality stuff. And a lot of people complain that, oh, it's expensive. It's like, yeah, you spent $200 to $300 on one of these cameras. I mean, when they first come out, they're almost $400, right? And I'm kind of haphazard as far as how I mount my cameras and stuff. I mean, it's between, you know, sticking a camera on a Challenger SRT8 red eye, or my little Yamaha motorcycle, or the Poverty Glide, my old Goldwing, right? I don't want any worries whatsoever on, hey, if I put this camera, is it gonna fall off? So yeah, I use all the GoPro accessories, the suction cups, the clamps. I won't show you. We gotta get on this video. And of course, the one camera that I just showed you guys here, it doesn't want to just work. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a nice little drive. I'm not sure how wide of an angle I should go on the windshield cam. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Forgot to clean the lens on it too. You know me and cleaning lenses. But should be a nice little drive. I meant to do a 30-minute nap this morning at about 3 a.m. Turned into a 5-hour nap. So, surprise. Oh, but it's okay. I talked to my broker. She just got off a vacation, and you know, you got a good relationship with a broker when they come off a vacation and you call them while they're answering 2,000 emails, I think she said. She said, yeah, I seen you called, so I want to talk to you. I was like, oh, good. Welcome to being a productive member of society. And come to think of it, I feel bad I didn't ask her how her vacation was. But I had motives of why I called in the first place, because, for one, I'm 5 hours late. Coming up on more than 5 hours late here in a little bit. I have 182 miles to go. I'm going to get to Portland a little after 2:30. That's fine. As long as I get there before 11 o'clock at night, I'm not considered late. So, anyway, I am going to start this video. Let me take a break real quick and gather myself and get ready for this trip down this hill. It's kind of a sketchy hill, and I'm not looking forward to the wintertime on this route. I might have to chain up, and which I'm not scared to. Chaining up's no problem at all. The problem is I'm rolling through here at night, and I might see 2 or 3 cars on this little, probably 75, 80 mile trip across this little pass here. So if something were to happen to me, or just say, you know, hey, I got stuck, or a jackknife or something like that, I am really screwed. It's not like, you know, Donner Pass or any of the bigger passes where, you know, if you muck it up, somebody's there to help. Towing companies and CHP, NHP, Oregon, you know, the fuzz. Nobody's here to help you on this route. Although, oh, my poor glasses are a mess. I had these are my Dylan optics. I sent them in not too long ago and had them restored and switched over to the blue lenses, so I look even more alien than I feel. You know, kind of space age Italian eyewear. Italian style. So let me gather myself here real quick, and I'll get right back on to making this video. Alright kids, I think I'm ready to roll. I'm gonna fire up the dashboard cam. Okay, I got plenty of battery. And am I gonna put on another seatbelt? What the hell? Oh, anyhow, thanks for riding along with me today. I'll give you guys a little tour of what I get to look at all the time. The only problem is I'm rolling through here at night, so all I ever really see is the lines in the road and suicidal deer. We're running pretty light. I think I've got 24,000 in the box. You know, I'm not worried about fuel economy or anything like that. Bouncing around the mountains, yeah, I was like 8.9 mile per gallon indicated, but it's I'm doing all right. So we are starting down the hill here, and you see the leaves, they are a changing. Last week I was coming up here, and the weather's kind of been changing. and we're at 5,000 feet right now. This is the first of the 45 mile an hour turns. If you're running heavy, it can be a little surprising. The grade's about 6%, I believe. So we're gonna back her down to about 45, just cruise. I was coming up here last week, and the wind had blown all the leaves across the road in a couple spots. And I come around this turn, and the road disappeared. It was all just leaves. And I was like, uh-oh. And it was a little bit wet. And the motorcyclist in me was like, oh my God, don't fall. But the front axle of the truck started to slip, and I didn't want to steer into it too much and understeer. And then the drives started to slip, and traction mitigation kicked on and all sorts of crap, and I'm steering into it a little bit, and the trailer stayed behind me. It wasn't doing anything too stupid, and the road straightened out and it started climbing, and I couldn't get any traction, and I stopped the wheels from spinning for a second and threw the power divider to try to get a little bit more traction. And I was climbing up a pretty steep hill. It was about 35-40 mile an hour, and it was down to about 15 mile an hour by the time I got traction again. And it kind of spooked me for a second. I was like, crap, am I have to chain up to get through leaves? But I'd never experienced that before, not in a truck. Thought it was kind of crazy. But I kind of like this route. I've been doing it for, I think, 4 months now. Customer treats me really good. The rate's decent. I'm not getting rich, but it's consistent, and it helps calm my nerves. I was playing the open market for most of the year, and honestly, the way society has changed and the market has changed, and wasn't necessarily enjoying myself. And it wasn't like the last time where brokers appreciated me. So I didn't really have a chance to build any fruitful business relationships. Years ago, when I was hauling refrigerated freight, I had Apple brokers. I had certain brokers in certain regions, that 4 different regions of America, Pacific Northwest, Southwest, Northeast, Southeast, and Midwest. So there's 5 regions. I used to have a broker in each region that anytime I was going to that region, I would give them a call and just say, hey, I'm probably going to get empty at this time, and I'm available. And I never had any issues booking loads or staying on the money or anything like that. But yeah, with the way they're detaining trucks, and the only nice thing that I found out there was Walmart wasn't charging lumper fees anymore, so that was kind of nice. But everything else was pretty crappy. A lot of detention, a lot of waiting. Had to deal with a lot of very inexperienced brokers where I basically have to handle their training. So I wasn't necessarily enjoying it. And so I got on with this company. I'm not leased on. I still retain my authority. And they've been keeping me rolling. They're good people, and I'm pretty happy. Even though life around me is a little chaotic. I've got a few people in my life that are struggling with addiction, and there's kind of it's a terrible burden to be the sober one. You know, I hold this steering wheel 10, 11 hours a day, and I get plenty of time to think about things and figure it out, figure everything out. And it's sad to see the chaos that a lot of people think drinking doesn't bring. A nice little tunnel. I'm used to seeing it at night. I usually blare my air horn through tunnels for good luck, but I don't want to freak out the guy in front of me here. My allergies haven't been killing me lately, but here about an hour ago, I started sneezing like crazy. So I'm a little stuffy head, and I have a tear duct that drains into my nose. So if my eyes start watering from allergies, I start sneezing like crazy. But that's me. So sorry if I sound a little stuffy over here, but using my Rode microphone here. I bought a lav mic so it can go on my motorcycle helmet and stuff. I haven't had a chance to try that. I actually got to ride my my Goldwing here a couple days ago. I had to move it out of storage, and I rode it for probably about 30 minutes, almost an hour. Just driving around, checking stuff out, and the weather was good. It's a little warm in Reno right now for this time of year. And yeah, I was out there riding that motorcycle, and man, I want to talk about good times. You know, it's very, very therapeutic. I can't spoke today. It's just good on the soul for me to get on a motorcycle and ride around a little bit. I don't know what this guy's doing. He wants me to pass, but I'm not in that much of a hurry. I'm talking to you guys. Although I don't know, maybe I should get around him. That way my dashboard camera here, my dashboard GoPro will see the sights a little better. And I'm actually happy to see the sights with you guys right now. Like I said, I usually roll through here at night, and trust me, the speed we're going right now I'm not going this slow usually. and there's never any traffic up here. I've seen more cars in the last mile than I see all week. And coming up on a litter box. If you guys lose your brakes, you gotta take the off-ramp there. Looks like there was one that was in the litter box. You see a truck up in an escape ramp like that, you say, you're supposed to yell over the CB, hey, got a turd in the litter box. But it's beautiful up here, right? It is 51 degrees Fahrenheit. I have no idea what that is in Celsius for my channel followers. And there's some in Australia and there's some in New Zealand. So yeah, it's I think I got a little over 200 subscribers right now. I'm not looking to build a channel or anything like that. You see this rock up here? Everybody comes up here and graffitis all over it. And it's like, you know, put some art on it at least. Don't just disgusting, you know. I'm not a fan of graffiti. I'm sorry. Like the murals and stuff are pretty cool. I like seeing that, but you know, just to go out there and deface property or deface nature like that, Yeah, not cool at all. Because honestly, what will history, 100 years from now, are people going to look at that and go, oh wow, look at the intricacy of the giant penis on the side of a rock? I mean, or friggin' text, or I don't know. Like there in Nevada, we have a lot of petroglyphs, and you can go out and see it and check it out and everything. And it was here's another escape ramp. Let's see if this one's been used. It don't look like it. It's a bad day if you got to use an escape ramp. I never have. I have burned the brakes before, but I've never had to use a ramp. As you can see right now, I'm calm, cool, collected. I'm a big fan of the 13-speed transmission manual, just because it's if you're in an emergency and you need to find a gear and get that exhaust brake working, it's easier on 13 speed versus like a 10 or something like that, because you can split gears. And so yeah, I'm a huge fan of this 13 speed. Every truck I've ever owned, except for my Columbia, had one. Columbia was a 10 speed. And cool thing about that though is the shifter had the cruise controls on it. And anyone that's been in trucking, you will constantly hear this, don't rest your hand on the shifter. And so I'm a mechanic, and I'll tell you right now, there can be an issue with that, because the shift forks in the transmission, you're putting weight on them. So yeah, it's not the best thing, but this is a commercial truck. It's designed to run 1 million miles or what have you. Doing what I'm doing right here and resting on the shifter, come on, it's not that bad. Speaking of my shifter, and later today, you can't see it from right now, or where I'm sitting right now, but over here in the passenger seat, I've got a box of goodies. I'm not really one for chroming up the truck too much, but I do have a shifter that I liked. It's just a straight up vertical handle. Reminds me of the first semi truck I ever drove. It was an old needle nose Pete with a twin stick 5 and a 4, and he had straight shifters on it. Except the crash, they're both crash boxes. You ever get a chance to drive one, do it. They're awesome. But he had, one was a straight handle and the other one was straight with a 45-degree angle on it. So it was like, here and then there. It was an old needle nose Pete. I don't remember what the year was. It was probably 65 or 68, 67, something like that. And that was the first semi truck I'd ever driven. A neighbor had an old truck that was converted to a water truck, and me and my dad went out and checked it out one day, and he says, hey, if you guys can get it running, you can mess around with it. And so yeah, Dad and I got the batteries charged up and got it running, and that was the first semi truck I ever drove. I was probably 13 at the time, something like that. And so yeah, I've always been around trucks. I love trucks, and this little addiction of mine, it's very deeply rooted. You see the leaves changing over here, but I'm just kind of rambling, so I really don't have a topic or anything for you guys, and just want to check in with you over here. We are going to come up on a little town called Oak Ridge, And that's where I'll stop the video for a second, because it's just a little town, who cares? And you know, even though this video is going to be long, I don't want it to be super, super long. But yeah. So, what's going on in my life? Like I said, there's a lot of changes. October was a good month as far as profit, and made a lot of changes. I got out of a relationship that wasn't very fulfilling. Kind of sad about it, really. But I moved on, and I moved on very quickly. It's not healthy to just bounce into another relationship, but I did. I'm satisfied, content. I have high hopes for this new relationship. And yeah, I'm just moving along. You know, I got my own thing here, and it's difficult to get into a relationship.